Section 375 rape. A man is said to be commit rape if he number 1 penetrate this penis penis to any extent into the vagina 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 mouth urethra urethra or anus of a woman or make her to do so with him or any other person or B. Insert to any extent any object over a part of the body not being the penis into the vagina 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 the urethra or anus of a woman or make her to do so with him or any other person over C. Manipulate any part of the body of a woman so as to cause penetration into the vagina 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 urethra urethra anus or any part of the body of the such woman or make her to do so with him or any other person or D. Apply this mouth to the vagina anus urethra or woman or make her to do so with him or any other person under the circumstance falling under any of the following seven description first हो गया against her will first against her will secondly without her consent thirdly with her consent when her consent has been obtained by putting her or any person in who she is in she is interested in fear of the death over what fear of the death over what fourthly with her consent when the man known that he is not her husband and that her consent is given because she believe that he is another man to whom she is over believe herself to be lawfully married full stop fifth fifth with her consent when at the time of giving such consent by reason of the unsoundness of the mind or intoxication over the administration by him personally or through another of any stupling or unwholesome substance she is unable to understand the nature and consequence of that to which she give consent हो गया she give consent six हो गया with or without consent when she is under 16 year of the age she or over 16 year of the age explanation penetration is sufficient to the constitute the sexual intercourse necessary to be the offense of rape exception sexual intercourse may be man with his own wife and wife not been under 15 years of age is not rape is age not rape sixth हो गया with or without her consent when she is under 18 year of the age seventh when she is unable to communicate consent हो गया when she is unable to communicate consent explanation number 1 for the purpose of this section vagina vagi and a vagina shall also be include labia majora explain number 2 consent meaning in unequivocal voluntary agreement when the woman to woman by the word, gesture, or any form of the verbal or non-verbal communication, communicate willingness to participate in the specific sexual act extra, provided that in woman who does not physically resist to the act of penetration shall not by the reason only of that fact he regarded as consenting to the sexual activity. Exception 1, a medical procedure or intervention shall not constitute rape. Exception number 2, sexual intercourse or sexual act by a man with her own wife. The wife is not been under the 15 year of the age is not rape हो गया. सेक्शन 376 पनिशमेंट फॉर रेप. 376 हो गया पनिशमेंट फॉर रेप. 376 हो गया पनिशमेंट फॉर रेप हो गया. 376 क्या हो गया पनिशमेंट फॉर रेप. 376 क्या हो गया पनिशमेंट फॉर रेप हो गया. 376 376 क्या हो गया 376 क्या हो गया पनिशमेंट फॉर रेप हो गया. 376 376 क्या हो गया पनिशमेंट फॉर रेप हो गया. 376 हो गया पनिशमेंट फॉर रेप. 376 हो गया पनिशमेंट फॉर रेप. 376 पनिशमेंट फॉर कॉजिंग डेथ और रिजल्टिंग इन persistent vegetative state of the victim. 376 b punishment for rape on women under 12 year of the age. Under 12 year of the age हो गया. 376 b sexual intercourse by husband upon this wife during separation हो गया. During separation 376 sexual intercourse by a person in authority हो गया. person in authority हो गया. 376 डी गैंग रेप. 376 डी क्या हो गया गैंग रेप हो गया. 376 डी हो गया. 378 हो गया थेफ्ट. 378 क्या हो गया थेफ्ट होता चोरी. whoever intending to take dishonestly any movable property out of the possession of any person without that person consent, move that property in order to such taking is said to be commit theft. हो गया. Explanation number 1, a thing so long as it is attached to the oath not been movable property is not the subject of the theft. But it become applicable of being the subject of the theft as soon as it is survived from the earth. Full stop. Explanation number 2, a moving effect by the same act which affect the servants may be in a theft. Explain number 2, a moving effect by the same act which affect the surviving may be in a theft. Explain number 3, a person is said to be cause a things to move by removing an obstacle which prevented it from moving over by separating it from any other things as well as by actually moving it. Explanation number 4, a person who by any means cause in animal to move is said to move that animal and to move everything which in consequence of the motion so cause is moved by that animal. Full stop. Explanation number 5, the consent mentioned in the definition may be expressed or applied and may be given neither by the person in possession or by any person having for that purpose authority, neither express or implied. Neither express or applied हो गया. Ingredient हो गया summary. 379 punishment for theft. 379 punishment for theft हो गया. 379 punishment for theft. 380 जो भी कोई ऐसे किसी इमारत तंबू या जो मानव निवास या अभिरक्षा के लिए है. मानव अभिरक्षा के लिए 380 क्या कहते हैं theft in dwelling house. Whoever commit theft in any building, tent or vessel, which building, tent or vessel is used for the use as a human dwelling or used for the custody of the property, shall be punished with imprisonment of the neither description for a term which may be extend to 7 years, or shall also be liable to fine. Shall also be liable to fine. 381, theft by clerk or servant of the property in possession of the possession of the master. 382, 382, theft after the preparation made for causing that hurt or stain in order to the committing of the theft, order to the. 383, extortion, extortion. 383, extortion. Whoever intention put any person in fear of any injury to that person or to any other, thereby dishonestly induce the person so put in fear to deliver to any person any property or movable security or anything signed or sealed which may be converted into a valuable security. Convert into a valuable security हो गया. 384, punishment for extortion, punishment for extortion. 385, putting person in fear of the injury of the in order to commit extortion, order to commit extortion हो गया. order to commit extortion, order to commit extortion हो गया. order to commit extortion. 390, robbery, 390 हो गया. robbery, in all robbery there is neither theft or extortion, neither theft or extortion. Robbery 390, in all robbery there is neither theft or extortion. When theft is robbery, theft is a robbery if in order to the committing of the theft, in committing the theft or in carrying away from attempting to the carrying away property obtained by the theft, the offender for that and voluntarily cause or attempt to be caused to any person death or hurt or wrongfully restrains or fear of the instant death or the instant hurt of the instant wrongfully restrains. When extortion is robbery, when extortion is robbery हो गया. when extortion is robbery, when extortion is robbery, when extortion is robbery. 391, dacoity, 391, dacoity, when 5 or more person conjointly commit a attempt to commit a robbery, or where the whole number of the person conjointly committing or attempting to commit a robbery and a person present and adding such commission or attempt amount to 5 or more, every person so committing, attempting or adding is said to be commit dacoity. 391, dacoity, dacoit, dacoity, when 5 or more person conjointly commit or attempt to commit a robbery, or where the whole number of the person conjointly committing or attempted to commit a robbery and person present and adding such commission or attempt amount to 5 or more, every person so committing, attempt or adding is said to commit dacoity, said to commit dacoity, said to commit dacoity. 392, punishment for the robbery. 393, attempt to commit robbery, attempt to commit robbery हो गया. attempt to commit robbery, attempt to commit. 395, punishment for dacoity. 396, dacoity with murder, dacoity with. 396, dacoity with murder हो गया. 396 हो गया. 397, robbery or dacoity with attempt to cause death or grievous hurt, और ग्रेविनेस हर्ट हो गया. ग्रेविनेस हर्ट. 398, attempt to commit robbery or dacoity with arm with deadly weapons. 399, making preparation to commit dacoity, to commit dacoity हो गया. 400, punishment for belonging to gang of the dacoity. 401, punishment for belonging to gang of the thefts, gang of the thefts हो गया. 402, assembling for purpose of the committing dacoity, committing dacoity हो गया. 403 हो गया. dishonestly misappropriation of the property, misappropriation of the 405 हो गया क्रिमिनल ब्रीच ऑफ ट्रस्ट।